All right, guys, good evening and welcome to our weekly team call for Arrows Out. You may be joining us from my team, or you might be one of the sister sidelines that has jumped in for this amazing call. It tends to be that when anyone hears now that my dear friend Melissa McSherry is coming on our team call, I get lots of requests that we send links and that anyone can join in that wants to, which I adore. I happened to come in contact with Melissa McSherry a couple of years ago through social media and have just been amazed watching her career, watching her growth in her own business, and then launching her own leadership. She is the amazing leadership coach, branding boss babe. I kind of think of it as put on your big girl panties, because Mel's going to tell you like it is. It is the real truth, the stuff that gets us out of those cozy comfort zones, that pushes us to that next level, that really helps us reach those heights that we all know we can. So I am thrilled to have her on tonight, and I am more excited to let her jump in and get started. Mel, we're super excited to have you here.
Well, goodness gracious, after that introduction, I better bring it. Well, I am beyond excited to be here, Nicole. Thank you again for inviting me back. Team calls are my favorites. I will get a little bit more into my background in a second, but I extremely love team calls because it gives me an opportunity to be a resource, whether it's motivation, inspiration, or like Nicole said, that kind of swift kick in the butt that you need in order to be successful, because that's what I'm passionate about. I am passionate about helping women create the businesses and the lives and the money that they want as soon as possible, because every single one of you are absolutely capable, and shockingly and sadly, most of you don't get into that potential fully because you are so bogged down by what you think you need to do in order to be successful. So tonight we are really going to focus on clarity. That is connective clarity to your business, to your goals, and to the time that you have to those awesome goals. I'm loving all these people holding up. I love that I see some familiar faces. I'm loving even more that I see some new ones. So to give you a little bit of background of why I'm here, I've been an entrepreneur since 2010, and my original business was actually in fitness. I am a certified personal trainer, and I was working in a corporate gym here in Chicago for 3 years, got completely burnt out, and I was sick and tired of having somebody tell me what to do, who to train, what to charge, and basically living my life for me. So I took that first big scary step and I started my own personal training business, which was originally outdoor boot camps and indoor personal training, and it was called Bodified by Melissa. It was awesome. It was scary, it was overwhelming, and it was fantastic because not only was I instantly working less and making more, but it was people who I wanted to train, and it was things that I wanted to do. And I had such a connective clarity to that that's what I wanted. I wanted to create my life by design. Well, then 2011, my son was born. And for all of you mothers out there, parents out there, you understand that your life just gets flipped upside down when you have a child. All of a sudden, your life is not yours. Your schedule is not yours. I also had a husband at the time. So really my schedule and my life wasn't mine. I was trying to create some sort of business, make sure my son was still alive, and make sure my husband at the time was still at least relatively happy. My plate was extremely full. So I decided to take a step to the side. And for those of you who've heard me talk before, I never say step back. I always say step to the side. And I decided to work with my father's company and do medical billing online because I wanted to still make a financial contribution, but I really wanted to have the time to focus on what my next shift was in my business. And that shift came with network marketing. Now, since I'm in fitness, I'm sure you guys could probably take 2 guesses on the network marketing company that I was a part of. But I was approached by a woman on Twitter, and she offered me this online health and fitness coaching business. And after some major research, I was like, heck yeah, this is it. This is awesome. This is my combination of get to stay home with my son and get to do what I love, which is fitness. What I didn't know, it was going to catalyst me into this business that I have now, which is business development and leadership for women. I specifically work with women now. But then it was just more of these little dreams, right? It's kind of stay in that like safe spot of, I just want to make a contribution, and I'm a business builder. Isn't that great? And all my friends are like, yay. And then I just kind of stay status quo. Well, I was wrapping my head around why I wasn't getting to where I wanted to in my business. You know, you get on those calls where you're so motivated and raw, and you come home from your conferences and you're like, heck yeah, I'm going to get this done. And then 2 days later, you are back where you started. You don't remember why you were there, and you're just doing the same thing over and over again. Now, there are things you should be doing every single day over and over again, but there are a lot of things that probably most of you are doing that you have no connection to whatsoever that is driving your business down. It's the connection that really makes this business yours. Now, when I started truly making that connection, not my upline's connection, not my upline's goals, not my team's goals, not my clients' goals, but really how I truly connected to why I was doing what I was doing, that's when my business took off. And it wasn't this up and down roller coaster, which I'm sure we've all done, like Frank, yay, 2 months later, oh, then a month later, Frank, yay. It became that consistent money-making machine to where I really only had to focus on my business because I set up expectations for my team members to take care of theirs. So this is what we're really going to work on tonight. That is really getting you connected to why are you here? I'm sure all of you have heard the term why. Have you heard the term make a why that cry? Or, you know, it's a buzz term of all buzz terms. And we use it so often that I don't think we really give it justice to what exactly your why is. Your why usually starts off with 1 or 2 things. First one, to get healthy myself, which is a great goal. And the second one, I just want to make a little bit of money. Both great starters. Both do not get you to where you want to really go with your business. That's just what you tell people to get conversations started. So tonight we are going to dig deeper. Tonight we are really going to connect you to why are you here? What is it about this product, this business, this opportunity that makes you so freaking excited that you want to tell every single person about it? Why? What truly is it? So we're going to do a little bit of an exercise. For those of you guys who've heard me talk before, I'm very interactive. So we're going to do a couple of exercises tonight just to kind of get you a little bit more to perspective of what this really means and how important this is for you guys. So first thing, I want you guys, if none of you are driving, I hope not, or cooking or watching children, close your eyes for a second. I want you to take a nice deep breath in and let it out. One more deep breath in and let it out. Now I want you to picture what you want to accomplish in the next 6 months. I'm not going to tell you to tell anybody, so you don't have to judge yourself instantly. Nothing is small, nothing is insignificant, nothing is too big. What do you want to accomplish in the next 6 months? Picture it. Picture a number. Picture where you are. Picture how that feels. Take a minute and really absorb. How does that accomplishment feel? Seeing that commission check in your account, knowing what that can do to your family, or even just the satisfaction of, I consistently talked to 5 people and told them I own a business. That confidence, that proud moment that this is something that is 100% yours, that you completely accomplished with the support of this amazing team around you. Just sit in that for a second. Okay, now open your eyes. Now for some of you, you may have not pictured anything, and that's totally fine. Because we get so lost in like, I don't really know what I want. And there's ways to still get clarity on even that. So your clarity is getting clear. Why did you say yes to this opportunity? And as you've been in this business, what have you learned so far that you really connect to? Maybe it is sharing with people. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just having that accountability of building your journey. This is your own business, people. Your goals are 100% yours, whether you want to make this an amazing side hustle or you want to make this a 6-figure deal. That is 100% yours. But to get there, we need to start reverse engineering from where you want to go. Because everybody gets caught up in the how. Everybody's like, well, I don't want to think that because I don't know how to get there. I don't know that many people. I don't know what I'm doing. I've just been in this for 2 months. How the hell am I supposed to make X, Y, Z? Okay, now that you know what you want, forget about it. Don't fixate on that. Fixate now on what you can start doing every single day to get closer to that. Now I'm going to pick on some of you that will be happy or lucky or welcoming for me to pick on you. Who here actually thought of a specific financial number, or at least around that? Oh, okay. Ooh, who should I pick on? I don't know who Stephanie is, so I'm going to pick on Stephanie because I don't know you. Can I unmute? I think I have capability. No, I don't. Stephanie, can you unmute yourself?
Are you meaning me?
I am meaning you. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good.
So do you mind sharing what your number was?
Well, I want to be Ruby, so
Okay.
Yeah.
So financially, what does that look like for you?
2,000.
2,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Do you know what you need to do every single day to get up to that?
Kind of, yes. I need to add a lot more people. I need to have, so my goal is to add at least 3 people a day, new people a day, to my network and have at least 10 reaches per day to
Love it.
the people.
And how's that been going so far? Have you been consistent?
It's been going good, and I've been a little frustrated in the beginning 2 months because I've been very consistent on my reaches every single day, and nothing came in January, nothing so far in the beginning of February, but the last couple of days I started praying. I finally did what everybody's saying, so I prayed about the business, and it's a bizarre thing, but out of the sudden I have everybody signing up. So I signed 2 preferred customers within the last couple of days. So
yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, so
So
it
this
seems
is
to
what
be doing something now.
Yeah, so this is what this shows me, and this is actually a great example because I was going to touch on this, but you already touched on it for me. And thank you so much for sharing, Stephanie. I really appreciate it. For those of you who feel like you're doing the right things and not seeing the results, this is the amazing and frustrating thing about owning your own business. The turnover is about 2 months. So for those of you who hauled ass this month or last month and aren't really seeing returns, if you keep hauling ass, that's going to start catching up with you. Now, when I say the term hauling ass, I know how this goes, right? I'm totally aware of the rat race of, we've got goals, so we're going to go balls to the wall for 2 weeks and burn myself out. And then come February, which is the shortest month of the year, it's like, oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, shiza, now it's the 19th. And you're now trying to play catch up for the next 2 weeks. And it's this vicious cycle. So the first way, so after you get really clear on what you want, and I will give you guys an opportunity to pick my brain later to work with you one-on-one to give you a little bit more of a customized plan of action. But to really get there, first you need to know what you want. What do you want out of this business? Let's even do the next 6 months, because that's where you're going to start getting your consistency in. Now, what have you been doing every single day? So if you looked at your months that you were successful, my guess is those were the people that you talked to at least a month and a half, 2 months ago. Does that sound about right? Yeah? Okay. So that just shows that those things that you're doing, those consistent reach outs, you have to do those every single day. Those are non-negotiables. You have really got to learn what are your non-negotiables. And I'm telling you right now, that is one of them. Now, the other thing that usually gets in our way of these non-negotiables is my favorite word, procrastination. And that procrastination can come up in very different forms. And actually, in most forms, we're like, we're not procrastinating. We're just being very helpful people. I just, I told my neighbor that I would walk her dog. I told my daughter that I would take her there. I told my, husband that I would do this. Those are ways that we feel like we're being helpful. But those are also the things that instantly get in the way of what we want and start taking up your time, your energy, and your focus. Guys, you've heard me talk. You've heard me say this a million times. You're going to hear me say this a million times more. You are the singular, most important person in your business. Nobody else. Not your significant other, not your kids, not your family, not even your team members. They're amazing, but they're not going to really build your business. This is all up to you. So what you need to do is once you get crystal clear on your goal, you have got to get crystal clear on your time. How much time do you realistically have and want to contribute to this business? Because I'm telling you, you can only have 2-3 hours a week and make this a super successful business. You've got to be laser focused. You've got to make those non-negotiables. You've got to be honest with yourself of how much time you have. That is your time. And you've got to explain that to your kids. You've got to explain that to your significant other. And you've got to explain that to your friends. It's exhausting. Trust me, I know. But if you really want this, then these are the things that you really have to do. And as Nicole said, I'm very happy. I'm a very positive person, but I'm very real life because I've been through this. I've been building 2 businesses since 2010. And the only reason why I've done it after 2014 very successfully is because I finally kicked my own self in the butt with my coach's help and said, look, this is what you want. It's not selfish. It's not stupid. It's yours. It's scary as fudge. I'm really trying not to scare because I think there's probably children around. It's scary, right? Because it's such an unknown. That's the amazing thing about network marketing is that they give us an opportunity to start building a business that is ours. Some of us will stay with it to the day we die. We find a company, a product, and a system that we love. Others, this is going to be an amazing catalyst to your next badass business. But the principles are all the same. And that principle is first getting crystal clear on what do you want. Next is getting crystal clear on how much time do you realistically have. And then start prioritizing yourself correctly. Because the minute that you start doing that, you're going to start saying no to the good so you can say yes to the best. You're going to start recognizing opportunities where even you're like, I don't want to. You're really going to go, I don't want to. And I don't have to. And people are going to be okay with that. Trust me. They may take a little while, some may not. But those people probably don't really want in your life anyway. It's actually really fun, filter and less energy for you. But these are the things that you really have to think about in order to make this successful. Now, again, if this is something that you're just like, I'm dabbling in it. All I know is I just want to get out of my comfort zone and I just want to meet more people and I just want to get healthy and I just want to work. Honestly, that's a fantastic goal. You can still take a lot of things out of this phone call and contribute it to that success. Because getting yourself out of your comfort zone, that means you have to talk to new people, which means you have to reach out, which means you have to make it non-negotiable of how much time you take every day to reach out to somebody. So all of these things, no matter where you want to take this business, all of these steps really is proof in the pudding. This is the basics that you need to do every single time in order to build the business that you want in the time that you have. So talking about procrastination, I have another little exercise for you guys. Now, this is a little bit different when I do this with people in network marketing because I know that your commissions can kind of go up and down. But I did a little digging with Nicole and kind of got some basic numbers. So with that said, I want you guys to think about last week. And I want you to think about in the last week, how much time did you spend procrastinating, overthinking, or ignoring something that you needed to do in order to build your business? Take a couple minutes to think about it. So this is cumulative time. So if it was an hour a day, roughly, that's 7 hours. Take a minute to think about it. Sorry, my nose is running like crazy. All right. Raise your hand if it was 5 hours. More than 5 hours? Okay. More than 10 hours? So we got more than in between 5 and 10. Nicole, how many hours did you have?
I said about 8 hours.
8 hours?
Like
Okay.
a full day.
I had a client one time. I did this workshop actually in a co-working space and with a bunch of entrepreneurs. And I love this woman's honesty. Her hand shot up. She's like, girl, I'm just going to tell you, it was probably 24 hours.
I love it.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm doing this exercise, so 7 hours. So let's say in 7 hours, how many people do you roughly reach out to every single day?
Me.
Yeah.
I try to do 10 a day.
Okay. So if we did this, so let's say 10 people, so you have your 10% rule. So you said like one person every day says yes to you. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just average? Okay. So that's 7 people. So with the commission question that I asked you with your major commission product right now, so the most that you get is about $20 a month, correct?
Yeah, well, like preferred customers, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do a little math problem. Who said you wouldn't do math? Well, I say that all the time, but then my business coach bit me in the butt with that one. All right, so if we did 7 people and you times that by 20, did I do that right? 7 times, no, because I did 2. So that is $140 a month you possibly have missed out on. So if you times that by 12, that's $1,680 you could have added to your bottom line.
It's probably a lot more than that.
So that's like, yeah, so that's the baby basic of over $1,600 in a year. And the reason why I like to do this exercise is because most of us don't put a financial or a profitable number to our procrastination. Right. We just go, oh, I'll do it again tomorrow, or I'll reach out to 15 people the next day. And that turns into 20, and that turns into 30 because you never really hit the numbers that you want to hit. So even just by missing out on one person a day who could have said yes to you, that's a good chunk of change. Yep. So that's where this really needs to sit with you guys. Thank you, Nicole, for letting me pick on you.
Of course.
Is that even when you feel like it's not really hurting you, it's hurting you. No matter where you want to take this business. Again, if you want to make this 6-figure or just something to contribute a couple extra $100 to your bills. Even if you miss out on 4 people a month, that's $80 a month. I mean, that's almost $1,000 in a year. Think about what that extra money on your bottom line could do for you, for your family, for your bills, for your vacation, for your dreams. Yes, money does not buy happiness, but you know what? Money helps you buy things that make you happy, whether that's vacations, food, a babysitter. Every single thing that you enjoy somehow costs you something financially. So take a minute and really get clear on what is getting you stuck. And I will bet you my next child, if I ever have one, it is probably because you are not crystal clear on why you're even here. So take some time to sit with that. Because even though you may feel like this is a step back for some of you who've been in the business for years, by the way, that changes. So if you've been doing this for a good 6 months, year and a half, 2, 3 years, and you're wondering why the things you did before didn't work now, that's because you've changed. That's because your why has changed. And that's because your ideal client has changed because of all of that. So this is something that you need to continuously check in with yourself. I would say at least once a week. Now, it sounds a little overwhelming, but honestly, if you start looking at your checklist and you're wondering why certain things just keep getting pushed to the bottom all the time, that's probably one of 2 things. 1, super out of your comfort zone. You need to knock it to the top and knock it off your list. Or 2, it does not apply to you or your goals or your journey whatsoever. So knock it off your list. So every single time you really are looking at something and you're going, why do I not like to do this? Take a moment and sit with it. Why? If it's really because you just truly do not connect to it, find something else. Find a different way. Talk to Nicole, talk to your team members, talk to whatever resources you have, because you have a lot of resources. Say, hey guys, I'm stuck. This is what I thought it was. Now it's not. Who can brainstorm off of me? And guess what? If none of them really have the time, because again, it's their business, not yours. Hi, I'm a really fun outside resource. And I really want to help you to be successful, because nothing is more frustrating than knowing that you want something so badly, that you're the one that just continuously gets out of the way, gets in the way. So I am the one that will help you get out of the way, lovingly, supportingly, and also a little annoyingly. But sometimes that's what you need. So with that said, I am going to give you guys, and I've done this before, and I loved talking to you guys, and I'm going to do this again. For those of you, actually, I'm going to do this for everybody. Last time I just did it for everybody on the call. I'm going big. Every single person who watches this recording all the way to the end, and nobody spoil anything, I will give you a complimentary 30-minute one-on-one session. Well, we will talk about where you're going, where you are now, and what's getting in your way. And you and I will sit down and create the basic steps of a concrete plan of action so we can get you there as soon as possible. I'm going to post my calendar link. Actually, I'll do it right now so you guys can copy and paste it. My Calendly link. I will warn you guys, the next couple of weeks are a little crazy because I'm actually speaking in a conference in Ireland, so I will be out of the country all week next week. But so my schedule is kind of crazy. So if you want to book this, I would get this booked ASAP. Not to brag, but just to be total truthful. My schedule is crazy up until June. So book it now. So this is my Calendly link. Nicole, I will send this to you as well so you can post it on your team page and send it to any other sister teams that are there or any other sister leaders. Feel free to copy this. So this is for a complimentary 30-minute Zoom call. If you prefer phone, fine, but I really like Zoom. And we will go over where you are in your business, where you want to go, and what is getting in your way. Because sometimes calls like this, though, as motivational and as inspiration as I think they are, it's a lot of stuff to go through. And if you just take this call and go, sweet, and then tomorrow just do the exact same thing over again, you just wasted an hour of your life, which means you probably missed out on 2 customers. So if you really want to make the most of your time, if you really want to make this a successful, lucrative, profitable, amazing business in the time that you have, we need to chat, because you need to get crystal clear on your goals. You need to get crystal clear on the time you have, and you have to start prioritizing yourself correctly. Okay. I think I'm done. Who's got questions? Or feedback, remember.
I love it. Who has questions? Anyone want to jump in right off the bat?
And I'm an open book.
If not, I will jump.
I'll jump. I have a question.
All right, let's do
Hi,
it.
Christy.
Hi, sweet friend.
It's good to see your pretty face. I'm going to sip on tea while you're asking.
Me too. Okay, I have a question.
Mhm.
So you're talking about laser focus and time management, essentially.
Mhm.
And you and I talked about Instagram and how incredible it is. And I was gung-ho, Instagram.
Mhm.
But my problem is the balance of Facebook, Instagram, time focus, laser focus. So my question kind of for you is, if you could laser focus your time on Instagram, let's say you only had 15, 20 minutes, because I'm learning that being a stay-at-home mom with a 3-year-old isn't a plethora of time.
Yeah.
So if you could just kind of laser focus that time with Instagram, because I really want to get back to it, where would you put your energy? How would you put that? What does that look like for you?
So Instagram is fantastic. Their algorithms aren't as effed up as Facebook is right now. Facebook is super hard to do anything business-wise. They're really cutting on it. And even with your business pages, Those algorithms are all a jumble. So for those of you who are on Instagram, it is about hashtags, 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 hashtags. You really only have to post once a day, maybe. There is actually a gentleman that I follow. He is an online coach, fitness coach. He only posts 3 times a week, but they're very concise. They're very thought out. His hashtags are consistent. And in between, he always has a consistent Instagram story. So people still see him. He's still there. And because people love his really thought out long posts. In fact, I'll put, his name is Brandon Luntz. Let me find his handle. He is a great example on how to do it just 3 times a week and be super, super successful. For me, I post once a day. Same thing. I'm very consistent with my hashtags, and I could do a whole nother call on hashtags. So if you want to bring me back and we can just do a whole social media one, more than happy to. But the quick trick on hashtags is when you use the same ones over and over again, that becomes like an instant chat room almost. And now people can actually follow hashtags. So there are a couple of mine that I have on my notes in my phone that I copy and paste. I may put a few different ones on top just so Instagram doesn't think I'm a robot, and also make it connected to whatever post I have. But I have the same 25 that I use every single time that's business related. Most of those I now dominate. So if you follow that hashtag, that is all me. That is every single one of my posts. You get to know me, my business, what I'm about, and all the craziness in between. There's also some with companies that I love and want to be connected to. Like one of them is Shark and Stilettos. This is one badass business owner. I mean, this woman is phenomenal. I want to be connected to her and any woman who likes her. So I use that hashtag. So when they go on her, they see her stuff, my stuff, and other badasses. And that's what gets me followers. It's the hashtags. So if you start being central focused, so when you start getting clear on why you're here and how that connects to who you want it to connect to, and you just start creating your messages concisely, with the right hashtags, you really only have to post about 3 times a week, and keep a streaming Instagram story, and that can be just your crazy. I always say that's Mel in a glass box. If you guys want to get to know the ins and outs of my ridiculous, most usually non-makeup, crazy spectrum kid life, follow me on Instagram because I share it all. I'm very open about 99.9% of my life on Instagram. And that's why I love Instagram stories. But my posts are specific to what's going on in my business and who I want to connect with. Does that help?
That is so helpful. You have no idea. Yes.
And let me look at Brandon's name, and I will put it in the chat so you guys can follow him too.
Spelling of that last name, Luns, just Luns.
Brandon.
No, that's really helpful.
You those super cute. That helps too.
Balance between Facebook and Instagram is hard, and trying to figure out how to do the both. So to hear you say that 3 is really enough, as long as you throw the stories on there, you're good. And
here's the thing with Facebook. I mean, let's be honest. How much new business and how many new people do you guys really meet on Facebook anymore?
Not.
Yeah. Facebook is usually warm market. So Facebook is something to move them over to, though a lot of people now don't even touch Facebook for mostly political reasons. And also most for them, Facebook is very private. Instagram, unless, a lot of profiles are public, even then they can get to know you if yours is public, and then if theirs is private, you can request to, follow them once they followed you first. But more and more people, the people that you really want to get to know and get to know you and how you want them to see you, if that makes sense, that's Instagram. Facebook, I would just keep yourself on there because that's where your team is. It's where you can communicate with your family, your friends, so people still know what you're up to. But if you really want to start building an awesome team of people, that is probably outside of Facebook and outside your friends and outside your family.
You got me super excited about Instagram again.
All right, that's Brandon, right? Did I do that right? I was talking. Brendant Lund. Yes. So Brandon Lund, he's an online coach, health fitness coach. He's currently in Bali. He travels all the time. He's friggin' awesome. Who else has a question? If you guys have social media questions, you're more than welcome to ask me, or team, or, you know, what the hell do I do with this person? Honestly.
All right, Mel, I'll jump in.
Okay.
You know, I'm always okay with that. Right now, I had talked with you a little bit about kind of our big silver month, really helping maybe those new ambassadors, maybe those wholesalers, maybe dipping their toe in the business, helping them to realize that first level. What are your thoughts on how we can best help those individuals to reach those goals, but not do it for them? What is the best way to help empower them to take over the reins?
The best way is to be a phenomenal example and show what you're doing that's making you successful, as well as telling them that this is what you do, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this is exactly what they have to do. We get so caught up on copy and paste world. I've done millions of videos on this because this drives me nuts. When people take a post from somebody else in their company, copies and pastes the entire thing and slaps it on their Facebook page. That hurts you in so many reasons, and I'm just going to go with probably the major 2 or 3. 1, you guys are probably the same friends, so that just means they just saw the same ad probably back to back. So that all of a sudden negates both. So not only are you harming you, you're harming the other person. 2, that does not show who you are, who you're connecting to, or why you're here. If you really want to make connections, those are the 3 aspects you want. So this is what you do. If for some reason Nicole made a fantastic post and you're like, damn, that's a great idea, take what you liked from it and move it to yours. How can you add your voice to it? What picture can you show that shows your personality, your family, your connection? What is it about her post that made you recognize it? And not just because she's on your team and she's phenomenal, but there was something that connected you to her. That's why you said yes to her to begin with. So what is it that you can show through those posts that you can connect to your people? So the best way, Nicole, for you to help people build their businesses is to show them how you're building yours, be an example, give them the resources that they need. But if they're not asking for your help, if they're not honoring your time, if they're just copy and pasting and sucking your soul, you always know my answer to that one. Then you gotta let them be.
Sometimes I need to hear it again and again.
It's that story that I say all the time. If a plane crashes, who are you gonna save? The people with their hands up or the people who are drowning? You want to save the people whose hands are up because they want to be saved and they're trying to make efforts to be saved. So you're just there to help complete the process. But if those people are drowning, not calling out, not waving their arms out, and you try to save them, they're going to take you right down with you. And we so fall in love with the potential because this is such a family building thing. That's my love, not love with network marketing, is that we do create amazing bonds and relationships because most of our first liners are friends and family. And you don't want to be that bitch. And you don't want to be that different person because you are turning into a stronger, better, badasser version of who you were before. And a lot of your friends and family are not going to know what to do with you. And that's okay. Because those are probably not your business builders anyway. Your business builders are the people you're going to meet now. Your business builders are the ones who you're going to show through all the muck and mire that you've already been through what's been successful. And they're going to see it. They're going to recognize it. They're going to make it their own. And they're just going to go at it like balls to the wall. So if somebody really, really wants silver, I mean, if you guys are just like, I can see it, taste it, do whatever, and Nicole is giving you, or whomever is above you is giving you the right resources, it is up to you to turn it into yours and connect it to the people that you want to connect it to and do it every single day. And if it doesn't happen, it is not their fault. If it doesn't happen, then sometimes it just doesn't happen, but it may happen the next month. I mean, Stephanie is proof of that. First 2 months, she's like, what the hell? And then she finally got clear on, whether it's praying, I meditate, she got crystal clear on what she really desired and what she really needed help with. And when she got crystal clear with that, it's not magic. It's literally your conscious going, oh, look, there's that opportunity. Oh, look, there's that, because now it knows what you want. And the people that you talk to, and the people that you're going to continue to talk to, they're going to catch on to that as well. And you're going to start seeing opportunities with people instantly. And you're going to also start seeing opportunities with people where they're like, I don't know. Or you're like, I don't know. And you're going to nix it. Because anytime you get that feeling in your stomach of it's gonna get me to silver, but I don't know where it's gonna go after that. Like if you're really that uneasy about it, you can hit silver next month. I know you guys have a massive promotion right now, but longevity is the key. And if it's compared to getting that now and then losing it 3 weeks later because half of the team you got just said yes because you just needed the sales, you're going to be right back where you started. So it's really being crystal clear on who you want, who you want to take with you, and being that example of how you build your business every day.
I love that. You're always so good with words.
Try.
Who else has questions? I know you guys have them. I know I do.
There's a lot to process. You guys can also feel free to, I am on Facebook, so you can friend me on Facebook. Shoot me a DM if you'd like, midnight tonight, you're like, oh, or tomorrow when things are finally processed and you're like, okay, that didn't really make any sense. Please feel free to message me quick questions. I will respond to you as soon as possible, or write them all down, click on the Calendly link, schedule your 30-minute phone call, and you and I can knock them out person to person.
Awesome.
Yeah, I get to see Diana. I'm so excited to see Diana.
I just love seeing all these people on this call. And I'm getting tons of messages that this is just exactly what people needed to hear. They're so glad they jumped on tonight. And I anticipate you're going to be receiving some more messages and some appointments too.
I love it.
We've got a lot of people that are either getting excited to see you again or just meeting you for the first time. So thank you for taking time with us. We always appreciate it. I know that you always tell me exactly what I need to but don't want to hear. So that's always
I think it was
good thing, right?
I think it was Barks who probably gave the best feedback ever. That to this day I may put this on my business card at some point. And his feedback was something along the lines of, if anybody else would have told me what you told me, I would have punched you in the face. But because it was you, it was okay. That's the best feedback ever.
That's pretty much love with Barks.
Okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, thanks, Mashana.
I love it. Thank you all for who joined tonight. I will be posting the recording so you can share this with your teammates who did not attend. I will share that Calendly link as well, and the Instagram tips, and we'll be chatting about maybe bringing Mel back to do a little social media training for all of us at some point as well. So
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. You guys have a fabulous night. Thanks for coming, and we will chat soon.